Right, guys, welcome to the third match on the live stream rugby commentary on my channel, The Rugby Guru. And now we are going to the South African Pro 14 Rainbow Cup. It is the Sharks up against the Lions in what should be a fantastic game. Let's quickly go through the team lineups while we at it. For the Sharks, an unchanged 15. Really, at the back, Apalile Fassi, Sabun Nkosi, Lukanya Jeremy Ward, Yapenke, Kevin Bosch, and Grant Williams. Then in the forwards, we got Sikumbuzo Noche, Henko Venter, Sia Kalisi, Renil Hichu, Ruben van Heerden, Thomas de Toey, Faison Bata, and Oxner Shear. So that should be a cracker of a 15. Then on the bench, Karen van Vieren, Natuko Nchuna, Vian Herbst, Leroux Roots, Pepsi Boudelezi, Jaden Hendricks, Manny Lebok, and Banner Koch coming in. So a very formidable side for the Sharks today. Then for the Lions in the back line, Evie Viljoen, Raps, Max Wane, Wandisile Similani, Dan Creel, Cornel Skosan, Fred Zeilinger, and Andre Warner. For the forwards, we got Frankie Horn, Vincent Chichuka, MJ Pelser, Reinhard Noordnagel, Ruben Skuman, Carlo Sadi, PJ Botha, and Steve Satoli. And then on the bench, we've got Jakob Versaghi, Nathan McBeth, Asenati Tlapakanye, Len Massane, Emmanuel Chichuka, Morne van der Berg, Jordan Hendrickse, and Berger Oudendal. So pretty much the same squads that played last week. The Sharks managing to beat the Stormers, and then the Lions going down to a very formidable Bulls side. So expecting a little bit more of the same today. I'm going with the Sharks by 12 points today. I did go with them last week. I felt that they might just lose it against the Stormers. But this time around, at home, playing against the Lions, I think the Sharks will show true class today and really run away with this game. So 12 points is basically the minimum I'm going with for this score. And then obviously I might get my ass kicked at the end of the day if the Lions do beat us. But I just don't see that happening. They've got a young squad. They do look good, but I don't think they've got that knockout ability at this stage. So that's where the Sharks should be dominating this young Lions side. And just before we get into this, don't forget to smash that like button and then also subscribe to my channel for future live streams on this channel. Obviously, after this game, we've got the big one between the Bulls and the Stormers, the North versus South derby. So it should be a cracker of a game. For those of you who have missed the previous games this morning, the Crusaders managed to lift their 5th consecutive trophy or Super Rugby trophy after beating the Chiefs by 24 points to 13. And then the Reds managing to upset the Brumbies in the Super Rugby AU final by, I think it was 19 to 16. In the end, a last gasp try by James O'Connor, winning it for the Reds there. And it was both really exceptional games. If these games are just as half as exciting as these games was earlier today, then we are looking at a really good game coming up for these teams. So let's have a look. Like I said, I've already gone through the starting lineups, but we can just go through it real quickly again. But I'll be back in just 1 second. Just hold. Right, sorry about that, guys. I am back live. So again, we are going to run through the team lineups just real quickly. We know Apalile Fassi had a pretty good game last week against the Stormers, doing some really good work as well, but he's still just lacking just a little bit. So hopefully he can smash it in this game against the Lions. Sabuna Nkosi has been pretty average as of late, so he hasn't hit his Skype form that he has hit previously. So we're still awaiting a big game from Sabuna Nkosi. Lukanyam had a pretty decent game last week. Jeremy Ward needs to step up, although he did show really good glimpses last week as well. Yapenke was probably the most quiet of all the backline players last week. So maybe expect a big game from him as well. Kevin Bosch had a pretty solid game as well last week. We all know that he is in contention for the Springbok selection. So I do believe that he needs to maybe step up. He hasn't been the same guy since that defeat to the Bulls in the Currie Cup final. So hopefully he can hit back and do some really good work. Grant Williams, exceptional last week. Probably the best player in the Sharks team last week in the backline. So he gets rewarded with another shot at the 9 jersey. Up front, Sikambuza Noche, obviously we know, is one of those players that wants to go or be part of the Springbok squad for this Lions tour. So expect some big moments from him against the likes of Frankie Horn, who was just as good last week for the Lions. Engo Fenter has been consistent, not doing anything special at the moment, but he is doing the basics right. And then Sia Khaleesi needs a big game somewhere down the line. It is only his second game back, or his second game for the Sharks. So let's see if Sia Khaleesi can make that step up and play to his true potential as well. The surprise package for me last week was Ranil Hichu, who scored a hat-trick in 6 minutes. So that is quite a tremendous feat for a number 5 lock. Then Ruben van Heerden, pretty solid as well as always. They just need to start working on their lineouts a little bit, because that's one area where the Sharks, I think, is lacking at the moment, is having proper jumpers and getting that front foot ball from the lineout. Thomas du Toit, Oxnard, obviously, two really good prop forwards. They should do a really good job with Fez Mbata. It will be interesting to see if Fez Mbata will keep Kieran van Vuuren out of the starting lineup for the next couple of weeks. Then looking at the bench, Leroux Roots comes in, the massive guy, the import from the Pumas, who had a stint in Super Rugby with us a season or two ago, is back in the Sharks side. So really looking forward to see what he can do. And then obviously Kieran van Vuuren also needs to try and get it back to that starting berth for them. And then Natuko Matuna, we all know, had an exceptional run from inside his own half and scored that try in the Preparations Cup. Then Manny Libok had a decent go when he came onto the field last week. Vannecock still haven't impressed me quite yet, so hopefully he can also step up to the plate. And Pepsi Buthelezi has been pretty good, and we all know Vian Harps is a quality prop forward to have in the side as well. For this Lions side, Ebe Viljoen quite impressed when he replaced Tiaan Swanepoel, who got injured last week against the Bulls. He had a pretty decent game at fullback. Wandisile Simelane had an excellent game against the Bulls. Dan Kriel doing the basics correctly, nothing special. Cornel Skosan had a good game. Fred Zeilinger was quite impressive in that game against the Bulls, just being the general of this Lions side, letting the backline flow. So nothing wrong from his side last week. And then Andre Warner made some really good cleanouts in that game against the Bulls. So I do believe that Andre Warner is one for the future. It will just be interesting to see if his backer forwards will allow him that. And going through that forward pack again, Frankie Horn, Vincent Chichuka, and NJ Palsa all were really exceptional against the Bulls. It's just that the Lions just didn't have that ability to finish off the game against the Bulls. And to be quite honest, the Bulls would have won by a lot more had they not had plenty of knock-ons in that game. So Reinhard Nordnagel, Ruben Skuman, pretty good in the front forwards. Won the lineouts, did a good job. Carlos Sadi were massive when he came on for the Lions last week. Steve Satoli and PJ Puerta were pretty consistent. So, yeah, that is the team lineups. The bench, Jaco Versaghi. We all know he's a quality player for the Lions team. Nathan McBeth didn't have a bad game. Kabane, I don't know too much about. Len Massey, we know, was a starter last season. Emmanuel Chichika didn't do too bad. Morne van der Berg is my go-to guy. When this guy comes on, it just feels like there's a little bit more fire in this Lions side. And then Jordan Hendrickse, don't know too much about him, but we do know a lot about Burger Odendaal, quality inside center. And I think if it wasn't for Dan Creel being the captain of this game, I think Burger Odendaal would have started this game. So we are very close to kickoff here, guys. Do leave a comment in the comment section if you want to discuss the game here today. But don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for future live streams on this channel. You guys will also see that there is a little donation box in the comment section where you can leave donations. It is not compulsory, so if you guys feel like leaving one, think I'm doing a good job, please go ahead and do that donation. But a like and a subscribe will be just as good, and it won't cost you a cent. So we are awaiting this game to start. I did say the Sharks are going to win this game by 12 points. So let's hope that I don't get bit in the ass today for giving this prediction, because my Sharks team do have the tendency when I'm doing those live streams to kind of disappoint me when they are supposed to be really dominant. It was like with the Stormers last week. In that opening 10 minutes, I got really worried because it was 17-3 at one stage. And I thought, oh my goodness, are we going to another one of those games where the Sharks got thumped in the end? But yeah, I am looking forward to this one. I don't think that the Lions got what it takes to give the Sharks any trouble today. So hopefully the Sharks at home will really play well. Obviously, still no crowds in South Africa at the moment. So whether we will be having crowds real soon is a question altogether. But in the meantime, we are playing without crowds. I mean, it was quite nice to see spectators at the Super Rugby Aotearoa and the Super Rugby AU games. I mean, I think it was 43,000 supporters at Super Rugby AU. And what a final that they witnessed. James O'Connor scoring the winning try in the 85th minute for the Reds, while the Crusaders pretty much dominated this Super Rugby Aotearoa final. The players are now running onto the pitch, and it is the Lions coming out first up for this game. Dan Creel, the Lions captain for this game. And plenty of jokes and faces and smiles all around in this Lions squad. So maybe they know something we don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. The Sharks are having a little pre-match dance type of thing going for their team as Lukanya brings out the boys onto the field. And the Sharks playing in their white jerseys today, which is a little bit strange, thinking that they would be playing in their black jerseys, because I don't really see any conflict between the black and the red. So very strange call there for the Sharks actually playing in their white kit today. Maybe it's a marketing scheme, who knows? But all the teams are now onto the field, and we should be ready for kickoff in just a second. Marius van der Westhuizen, Adrian Jacobs, Rasta Rastavenga, and Egan Seconds will be controlling this game, but the referee is Marius van der Westhuizen, Egan Seconds being the TMO for this game. Right, so it is going to be Kevin Bosch who's going to get this game underway for us. Right, let's see how this goes, guys. We're so short of kickoff, so close. So close from the kickoff. Let's wait. People are quite quiet at the moment here on the live stream. Do feel free to leave a comment, show your support for your team. Just say go Sharks or go Lions, and we will be underway in just a few seconds. Right, so like I said before, Kevin Bosch will get this game underway. Still no crowds here in South Africa, so they will have to do with the little support that they get from their teammates and also the staff members of each squad. Right. TikTok, time to go for the kickoff. Marius van der Westhuizen blows on the whistle, and it is going to be Kevin Bosch to get this game underway. A deep kick in from him, collected by Zeilinger, but charged down by Reniel Hichu almost immediately. But Andre Warner is back to collect that for the Lions and dots it down in the dead ball area. So it is going to be a restart for the Lions. Great pace shown by Reniel Hichu to charge down that kick, and he's impressing me. Well, it wasn't actually Reniel Hichu who charged it down. Fred Zeilinger actually kicked it into one of his own players there. So I think it was into PJ Botha there. So it's going to be a 5-meter scrum, well, 10-meter scrum to the Sharks from the try line of the Lions. So an early opportunity here for the Sharks to get some points. Let's see, scrum feed from Grant Williams. Solid scrum first up by the Sharks. Taken off the back from Grant Williams, goes blindside. Tries to go on his own, but good defense from Andre Warner on him. And a penalty to the Lions almost immediately. The Sharks player going off their feet. And I think it's Sabu Nkosi who got penalized there. So discipline again needs to be spot on today for the Sharks. Unnecessary bad discipline is going to cost him at the end of the day, as Fred Zeilinger kicks that out up to the 22-meter line of the Lions inside their own half. Right, so the throw-in taken beautifully there by Ruben Skuman from the throw from PJ Botha. They form the maul inside their own 22. That maul not really going anywhere at the moment. Now they're getting some momentum driving forward. Is this Lions team? Can they go forward ball? It's been held up now, and they need to get this ball out. Otherwise, it's going to be a Shark scrum. It goes down now, but it does come back to the Lions side, and it is Skosan now at scrum half. Skosan, out it goes to Noordnagel. The Lions just outside their own 22 at the moment. Andre Warner awaiting to kick this ball now. He goes up into the air, box kick over the top, chased by Sabu Nkosi, but it does go into touch. And I do believe that got carried back. So it is going to be a Sharks line out inside the 22 of this Lions team. Yeah, it's just going to be just outside the 22 of the Lions. So the Sharks do get another opportunity to go on the attack now. Fesman Botha with this throw-in. Right, it goes to Henko Venter early on. The maul has been formed. So the Sharks looking solid in the line-out at the moment. Driving their way forward. This maul is going forward. Inside the 22 they go. A little bit static now. Marius van der Westhuizen says use it. Grant Williams off the back. Jeremy Ward. He takes it up to just over the 22. Good drive from him. Needs to come back now. Grant Williams, Henko Venter. Still going as the Sharks. Now it goes out to Kevin Bosch. There's space on the outside. Apalile Fassi. And Jeremy Ward is going to go over in the corner for the Sharks. And what a start from the Sharks here as they go into the early lead. 5-0 after just 3 or 4 minutes in this game. Sharks take the lead by 5-0. Just too easy there for the Sharks, really. And space opened up pretty quickly there for them as Jeremy Ward goes over for that first try of this game. Right, so the conversion attempt from Kevin Bosch about 5 meters to the right-hand touchline. So a pretty difficult kick coming up for Kevin Bosch here. Just awaiting to see what happens with that. But Jeremy Ward has taken the first strike for the Sharks here. And it's looking pretty solid for them. So Durban.Join now with the conversion attempt. Like I say, a pretty difficult kick to convert here after just 5 minutes of this game. Right, he steps up and he takes that kick. He's been pretty solid with the kicking tee, and that goes over. So 7 points to 0, the Sharks lead after 5 minutes of this game. Sharks pretty solid in this opening extensa. Right, so we are going to have the restart from Fred Zeilinger taken by Renil Hichu there. And the Sharks have got possession just outside their own 22 at the moment. The kick by Grant Williams, the little box kick, not gaining too much ground, but yeah, Penke has got it for the Sharks in the air. So here they go again. Henko Venter bashing it up. Slow ball coming back for the Sharks. And a penalty to the Lions here. Player not releasing on the ground is Henko Venter. And a penalty to the Lions after just 6 minutes. So I would assume that they would go for touch from here. Or will they go for the kick at goal? I mean, it's such early contest, so they have decided to go for touch. And Fred Zeilinger finds touch 5 meters from the try line. Good steal on the ground there. It was, I think, by Carlos Sari who won the penalty there for the Lions. So now a line out 5 meters from the line. It's Buerta with the throw-in. He finds Ruben Skuman. They form the maul. Let's see if they can set this up and go forward from here. They've got a good maul going for them. It's Buerta off the back. They're slowly starting to make some ground here. Still going as the Lions. This is looking good. And over goes Buerta for the first try for the Lions. And it is now 7 points to 5 after just 7 minutes of this game. We've seen 2 quick tries in this game. So PJ Buerta getting the try there for the Lions. And I must say I'm quite impressed by his play so far. Played pretty well against the Bulls last week. But a perfectly set up maul there from the Lions. Just going forward all the way, smashing the Sharks there. And now Zeilinger can equal the scoreboard here for the Lions. The first kick of the match for Fred Zeilinger. We've had 8 minutes of this game already. 2 really good tries from the Sharks and the Lions. That conversion has gone to the left, so a let off there for the Sharks as it is 7-5 after 8 minutes of play. So Fred Zeilinger unfortunately couldn't convert that conversion. And now Durban.Join with the start or the restart of this game now. He goes pretty deep. It is collected there by Skosan. And now gives it to Chichuka up to the 22-meter line. They go. Andre Warner waiting for the ball. Now it comes out to Zeilinger. Now Carlos Sari driving his way up. Another penalty to the Sharks. Not rolling away is the call there. And a chance for the Lions to get out of their own half here. So the penalty is actually for off the feet. Sikumbuza Noche getting penalized there for going off his feet. And that kick from Fred Zeilinger finds touch on halfway. So line out to the Lions and a good attacking opportunity for them. Oh, that was a pretty tight call. It was actually Faison Barter that got penalized there for off his feet, but you could argue and say it wasn't, but let's not argue with Marius van der Westhuizen here. Line out throw on halfway to Buerta, taken in by Skuman again. This time the Sharks tried to disrupt the maul, but the Lions do set it up pretty nicely and are starting to go forward. It is Buerta again, all the way up to halfway they go. It has gone down, and it's going to be a scrum to the Sharks. Not able to get that ball out. So a scrum just inside the half of the Sharks for them. Notche doing pretty good work there, holding up PJ Buerta. And not able to release that ball. So after 10 minutes, it's 7 points to 5 to the Sharks. And it's pretty even at the moment. Both teams making the most of their opportunities so far with possession. Right, so the reason why the Sharks are playing in white kit today is because the Lions team got black and red in their kit. So I can understand why there would have been a confusion. So Grant Williams is going to feed this first scrum here for him. Let's see, it's a pretty solid scrum again. Now Notche picks up Grant Williams. Kevin Bosch, out it goes to Benke. Tries to break through the defense there. Got tackled pretty well. Now the shot's going blindside. It's Notche up to the 10-meter line. Now Grant Williams back to Reniel Hiku. Kevin Bosch. Oh, the Sharks have made a terrible mistake there. The ball spills out to the back, and it's up to the 22-meter line. Lukanya Am now in possession. Nice little breakaway from him. Offloads to Oxnard. Now Henko Venter. There's space again for the Sharks. Jeremy Ward had a go there. Passed it back to Henko Venter. Up to the 10-meter line. The Sharks go. Grant Williams. Now Oxnard. Just setting up the ruck there. Now Grant Williams in control of it. Gives to Kevin Bosch, who goes with the high kick. Chased beautifully now. Is it by Sabu Nkosi? Eve Falunas got it at the back on the Lions 10-meter line. Now Andre Warner in possession. Gives it to Ruben Skuman. He bursts over the first defender but got tackled down. Now it comes out to Zeilinger. Goes to the air as well. But not enough support chasing that. And Kevin Bosch has knocked this on. And it's going to be a scrum to the Lions on the Sharks 10-meter line. So pretty disappointing there from Kevin Bosch. Putting the Sharks under pressure. It was also him who made the bad pass that missed out all the centers in the process and let the Sharks go backwards there in the process. So 2 bad mistakes from Kevin Bosch early on in this game. First the terrible pass and now the knock on. So hopefully he can get out of this slump that he's currently in as well. So after 12 and a half minutes, Lions scrum on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. The Sharks leading by 7 points to 5. Scrum feed from Andre Warner now. And we are going to have a reset scrum. So that's the first reset of the day. I am keeping count of this just to see how much time gets wasted in a game. Well, I just hope my voice will not fade away as the commentary goes on today. So in the Super Rugby Aotearoa and Super Rugby AU, there was 5 minutes wasted, 6 minutes in Super Rugby AU, and now 1 minute in this game. The scrum feed from Andre Warner, the scrum wheels, and it's going to be a penalty to the Sharks. So a big scrum there from the back of forwards. Carlos Sardi, the guilty party there for illegal scrummaging. 7 points to 5, 14 minutes gone in this game. Kevin Bosch now can get the Sharks into an attacking mode. Right, let's see. He kicks it downfield, and he is not going to find touch with that into the hands of Skosan. But did he knock it on, though? Couldn't quite see if it actually did go into touch or whether Skosan did knock it on eventually. So we'll just have to wait and see there. Right, so it is going to be a scrum to the Sharks. It was a knock-on from Skosan about 15 meters from the Lions try line. Chance here for the Sharks to get another attacking opportunity. Hopefully they can do this and get over for yet another try, guys. They did score off their first opportunity in this game. 15 minutes gone. No, we are going to have yet another scrum reset. So now we've already had 2 minutes wasted in this game because of scrum resets. 15 minutes gone in this game. Sharks' feet here, 15 meters from the Lions try line, about 5 meters from the right-hand touch line. It's been put in by Grant Williams. Solid scrum here from the Sharks. Trying to milk a penalty out of this. Going forward now. They do get it. Grant Williams, Sabu Nkosi, Kevin Bosch. Throws the dummy. He's still going. It's Kevin Bosch now. Beat 2 defenders. About 10 meters from the try line now. Grant Williams need to get this out quickly. Not Chair. He takes it up. 7 meters out. Grant Williams. Out it goes to Ruben van Heerden. Now about 6 meters out. Grant Williams. Kevin Bosch with a little tap ahead. And it's going to be Grant Williams who dives over for the Sharks' second try of this game. That was pretty well done from the Sharks. But I do believe that they are going to check if there was any control over that ball when he dotted it down. But for now, it is a try to the Sharks. And a clever little kick from Kevin Bosch there, putting the grubber ahead. So I am changing the score so long to 12 points to 5. But it is depending on whether Grant Williams did actually have control when he dotted that ball down for the Sharks. So let's have a look at this. Did he have control when he dotted that ball down? Ooh. You know what, guys? I think I might have to change the score back, as I do believe that he might not have had control over that ball. But let's just have another look at this. Will it be awarded or not? 17 minutes gone in this game already. And I do think that he's made a blunder with that one, is Grant Williams. There was no forceful grounding there. And it could be that that wasn't a try. 11J said, ask, is Cameron Wright still with the Sharks? So I do believe that he's no longer playing at the Sharks. I mean, he did go away and then he came back for a short stint. But I think he has left the Shark franchise now. That is such a tough call to make. I can't really say whether he had downward force on that or whether he had touched the ball when it went down. So first of all, we're going to check if he was onside, and whoa, that even looks like he was in front of the kicker. So possibly that could not be a try or not. So personally, I think it's not a try to the Sharks here. I think we might have to change the score back to 7-5. Although it seems like they're pretty happy with that. And now they're just going to have a final look whether he actually touched it. Oh, no, that's going to be a try, surely. If he wasn't offside, it is a try. So the try has stand and the Sharks have got the points. So I do believe that Kevin Bosch will not have a problem with this conversion, and the Sharks will be leading by 14 points to 5 after 17 and a half minutes. So that was a pretty damn good try. Clever thinking from Kevin Bosch with a little grubber kick ahead, and Grant Williams there to capitalize on that and get the try. So 14 points to 5, the Sharks lead after 18 minutes. Marius van der Westhuizen is the referee for this game, 11J said. So I don't personally have too much trouble with this referee at all, although some other teams might have an issue with him. The restart there from Zeilinger, collected by Henko Venter, about 10 meters from the Sharks try line. They do have it now, and Grant Williams are waiting for it. Gives it out to Oxnard, just setting up the possibility of a kick coming real soon. And it looks like Grant Williams might be the one taking this. He does go with the box kick over the top, and it is chased by Penke, and it comes back to the Lions side. Now in possession of the ball is Maxwane, and now a small little intercept, but knocked on by the Sharks, and here's a chance for the Lions on the 10-meter line. It is Andre Warner now, Similani. He's got caught behind the advantage line. The Lions going backwards at the moment on halfway. Zeilinger, Carlu Sadi got smashed by Sia Khaleesi there in the midfield. So good defense from Sia there. Now Evia Viljoen, Dan Creel gets man and ball, same time. The Lions are slowly trying to work their way up, and now there's a penalty to them around about between the 10-meter line and halfway of the Lions. RK Photography says hi, and Christian says hi, Guru. Big win for the Sharks today. I did put the Sharks down for a 12-point victory, so that is the minimum by which I think the Sharks will win. Of course, I do think that the score could be quite bigger, but I did put that down as the minimum. So anything less than that, I would say I got my prediction wrong today. So the Lions now have a line out throw just outside the 22 of the Sharks. Skuman taking out now to Chika, Warner, Dan Creel. Good little run from him into the 22. They go. Warner and knock on from Similani. A chance here for the Sharks to counter-attack. It's not yet. Now Penke, but he also knocks it on. So we are going to come back for that knock-on from Wanda Sealy Similani, just inside the 22 of the Sharks. And we've had 20 minutes of play so far. So exciting stuff from the Sharks, willing to run it from their own 22 on a few occasions now. But Similani will feel a little bit let down by his hands there, because the Lions were looking good on the attack. So now scrum feed to the line, up to the Bulls. Where the hell did I come with the Bulls? To the Sharks. Maybe it's because I'm looking forward to that Bulls almost game right after this one. Grant Williams takes it in for the Sharks at the back. Now it comes out to Apelile Fassi, gives it out to Kevin Bosch with another little stab through, chased by Nkosi. Well taken by Yuri Viljoen, and he knocks it on. And now Kevin Bosch have thumped this downfield. Nobody there at the back, but Andre Warner's done well. Now gives it back to Similani inside their own 22. He's going to kick this downfield into the hands of Apelile Fassi. Fassi's going to run this up to halfway. Beats the first defender. Gets tackled by Ruben Skuman on a 10-meter line inside Lions half. Now Grant Williams, Kevin Bosch, Jeremy Ward, Luke Kanya. There was a bit of an overlap, but he steps beautifully, gives it back to Ward. Now Grant Williams, Faison Barter, Henko Venter, Oxnard having a good little run, but he knocks it on. And that is going to be a scrum to the Lions. Some really exciting stuff here from the Sharks, from their own 22. And pretty solid here. Great little play by backs and forwards alike from the Sharks. Apelile Fassi doing a good job setting up the first strike, and then just through the hands it went. Lukanya broke a few defenders, and from there the Sharks did a pretty good job. But unfortunately, Oxnard knocked it on the 22-meter line. 11J said, think it will stay a close game. Hopefully, picked Lions by 5 on Super Brew, but I actually think the Sharks will win, especially with home advantage. Then JC asking, what am I drinking? So this is a lovely mixture of vodka and Monster. It is the pipeline monster. And since drinking this, I just can't go back to what they call failed Coke. I'm struggling to enjoy that, but I am surely enjoying this one quite a bit because it doesn't kick you as much at first, but it's one of those sneaky drinks that while you think you're still okay and you had a couple of them and you stand up, that it catches you afterwards. Sherry Kronkis, is there any chance that you could show the screen or what's going on? Unfortunately, Sherry, I tried it beforehand, but I got a copyright strike on my channel. I wasn't allowed to live stream for 3 months after that. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do that for you. Scrum feed to the Lions on the 22. Another reset scrum. So we've already had 3 reset scrums in this game. So 3 minutes wasted by that. JC also says go Sharks, and also having the little beer emoji there going for him. So, like I said, scrum feed to the Lions on the 22-meter line, middle of the field. We've had 22 and a half minutes gone in this game. Scrum feed by Andre Warner, but a free kick to the Sharks now. Will they take it quickly? Notch does. And here goes the Sharks up to Sia Kulisi. They're 10 meters from the try line. Grant Williams, now Henko Venter. 5 meters from the try line is the Sharks now. Going to Ruben van Heerden. 5 meters out, the Sharks now. Quick ball required. Grant Williams to Fes Mbata. Ranil Higu supporting him there. Now Grant Williams again. Kevin Bosch. Another little step through, but oh, could this be a try to Yapenke? I don't think so. We will come back for a penalty advantage to the Sharks. Right in the middle of the field. Grant Williams got the ball. Will they go quickly at it? They do decide against it. And it seems like Kevin Bosch. Well, no, they're going to have a scrum here. Scrum to the Sharks. 5 meters out. Middle of the field. Another good opportunity here for the Sharks. They are hunting for that bonus point victory. They did get one against the Stormers last week. The Bulls, unfortunately, only managing 3 tries against the Lions last week. So the Sharks will know that, and they will be trying to keep that advantage going for them. 24 minutes gone in this first half. So Grant Williams is going to feed this for the Sharks. 5 meters from the try line. Right, so here we go. Kevin Bosch now. Little pop pass to Lukanya, but good defense from the Lions overall there. Still 5 meters out now. Ruben van Heerden. He's trying to take it up. Good defense from the Lions. Thomas de Toey setting it up for another phase there for the Sharks. Penalty advantage again to the Sharks. And this could be trouble for the Lions. Ruben Skuman in some trouble here. Will the referee have patience with him? Sparrow says, can you give Rainer some words of encouragement? So, yeah, if you're referring to who's Rainer? Because I don't think we've got a Rainer in this chat at the moment, Sparrow. So, but I can give him some words of encouragement. Keep going, Rainer. If you keep working hard, you will succeed. So there's going to be another penalty to the Sharks, and I think they will go for yet another scrum here. We've had 25 minutes in this game. 11J said, was good to see you. Some bits with Kiwi lads. Did not get a video notification though. So I'm not sure exactly why you didn't get one. But if you do set it there with the little bell on, you know how it works, 11J said, but it is strange. But maybe it is because it went live on his channel and then ran over to mine. So it could be that that's the reason why you didn't get the notification. Right, so we're going to have another reset scrum. And now it's 4 minutes wasted in this game because of scrum resets. I do feel like we might have plenty more in these games than the Super Rugby Aotearoa and AU. Scrum feed from Grant Williams is a good one. The Sharks, pretty solid scrum here from both teams. Now Grant Williams on the back, changes the direction, gives it to Apelile Fassi. Brilliant tackle from Zeilinger. And this could be a penalty coming for the Lions, surely. No, it's a penalty against the Lions again. And you could consider them very unlucky there. It is going to be Andre Warner who gets the marching orders as well. So a yellow card goes to the Lions, and it's Andre Warner, the unlucky victim there. So another penalty and one man short is the Lions now. 11 JC it's JC who asked, are you doing the Bulls versus Stormers game after this one? Absolutely. The North versus South Derby, one of the biggest games in South Africa. So I will not be missing out on that one at all. Right, line out gone for the Sharks now. Fesman Bata, Ruben Skuman, not Skuman, van Heerden. And here comes the Sharks off the back. 1 meter out. Very close to the touchline there as well. They need to be careful. Oh, and that's going to be a little knock on there from the Sharks. And it is going to be a scrum to the Lions. So let off there for the Lions. Ruben van Heerden not happy at all by the decision from Maurice van der Westhuizen. Maybe if we can get maybe a replay of that, would be interesting to see though. Notcher nearly went over, 1 meter short. And then the referee deemed that there was a little knock on there from Notcher. I am saying that I'm going to do the Bulls Stormers game, but we just hope that my voice won't let me down, because it is getting a little hard to do the commentary. Ooh, nearly a tight hit for the Sharks on that scrum feed from the Lions. Zeilinger now playing at scrum off for the Lions. Right, so it is a pressure scrum for the Lions here. 27 minutes gone in this first half. The Sharks lead by 14-5. And a pretty solid performance from the Sharks outfit so far. Just putting this Lions team under some tremendous pressure at scrum time and overall on the attack. A lot of hype was made about Carlu Sadi before this game. And I must say, Oxnard has done a pretty good job so far against Carlu Sadi. Scrum feed goes in and a free kick to the Lions this time round. I think there was a knee on the ground from the Sharks. And that's why there was a free kick awarded there. And the Lions in no rush to take this at all. I do believe it was Thomas de Toey who had a knee down. And Zeilinger now going to kick this. Oh, it's been charged down by the Sharks. And now a chance here again for them just outside the 22. A bad mistake from Zeilinger. Ruben van Heerden driving it up for the Sharks now. Grant Williams in control of that. Kevin Bosch. Maybe an overlap here. Skip pass from the Sharks. And Sabu Nkosi beats one. Up to the 22 meter they go again. Grant Williams, quick recycle ball. Henko Venter, Kevin Bosch, Oxnard. Beats one. Reniel Hiku still going. Oh, was there a knock on? Thomas de Toey goes over for the try. But there will probably be a question whether there was a knock on somewhere down the line, because Grant Williams did knock it on, but it seems to have gone backwards. And Thomas de Toey just picked it up beautifully and went over. But I must say I'm very impressed with Reniel Hiku at the moment. So the pass to Grant Williams did go over the top. He did touch it, but it went backwards. And the Sharks go over for their third try of this game. And it's under the posts again. So there shouldn't be any trouble for Kevin Bosch with this conversion attempt. So I've already changed it to 21 points to 5, guys. Obviously, the conversion is still to come, but it's right in front after 30 minutes of play. and over it goes. So 21 points to 5. 10 minutes left in this first half. 2 tries to the Sharks, 1 to the Lions. And the Sharks are looking pretty solid today. What a breakaway from Ranil Hichu again. If he keeps on playing like the way he is, he's going to become one of my favorite players in the Sharks lineup. Thomas du Toit, very happy with his try. He doesn't score too many very often. So, yeah, restart from Zeilinger. Collected by Henko Venter at the back. Now gives it out to Apelile Fassi. He tries to straighten the line there, just outside the 22. The Sharks now. Grant Williams out to Kevin Bosch. Goes high. It is chased by Sabu Nkosi. And it is picked up by Sabu Nkosi. Ruben van Heerden gets it. And now the Sharks have got this ball. Still going now. Sabu Nkosi kicks it forward up to the 10-meter line inside the Lions half. And it is going to go into touch. So Lions throwing to this line out 10 meters inside their own half. And we've got 9 minutes left in this first half. So the Sharks working pretty hard at the moment, and they're getting those high contests at the moment. So Yun and Skosan struggling at the moment to counter the Sharks aerial ping pong game. PJ Puerta with the throw in to this lineup, and he does find Frankie Horn now. Zeilinger gets it out to Carlos Sadi, who goes on a run. The Lions do have possession on the 10 line. Now comes to Yun. He puts it up into the air. Who's going to get this? Nobody really wanted it. And then a little knock on from Notnagel, but he was also offside. So it is a penalty to the Sharks on the 10-meter line inside Lions half. And you might wonder what they decide to do now. Lukanya almost immediately decide to go for goal here. Or have they? No, they are going to go for touch. Now, Lukanyab already signaled that he wanted to go for goals. So in here, they wanted to change their minds, but the referee already called for the kick at goals. So you just need to get those right, Lukanyab. He's a brilliant captain so far for the Sharks team, but just little mistakes like that is causing problems, could cause problems in big games. The Kiwi lad says, hey mate, high scoring one so far. It's been a hectic game so far, and the Sharks are really showing some true class today. Like I said, that 12 points seems like it is almost half too little at this stage of the game, because the Sharks are now probably going to a 24-5 lead. And if this continues, we could be in for a massive scoreline. That kick from Kevin Bosch going through. So it is currently 24 points to 5 to the Sharks. And it's looking pretty good for the Durban franchise at the moment, playing at home against the Lions. Sharks dominating every facet of the game so far. The restart from Zeilinger finds Ranil Hichu. He takes it in nicely for the Sharks inside the 22, so they can kick this out directly if they want to. Grant Williams out to Oxnard, still inside the 22, the Sharks. So a good opportunity for Grant Williams to get this to touch. He decides to go to with the high kick again, but it will find touch around about on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. 5 minutes to go in this first half. It is going to be by PJ Puerta now for the Lions. And we'll have to wait and see how this turns out. It has been stolen by the Sharks there. And now Sia Khaleesi, Jeremy Ward, Lukanya skip pass out to Nkosi. Not a good one, but he gets good hold of it. Grant Williams. Now Ruben van Heerden up to the 10-meter line. Grant Williams back to Kevin Bosch. Now they're going wide. Jeremy Ward and Oxnard knocks it again. Zeilinger couldn't keep hold of the ball, and it is going to be a scrum to the Lions. So Oxnard at the moment with butterfingers having knocked on 2 passes so far that could have led to something special at the moment for the Sharks. There was an overlap for them, but it was, to be quite fair, it was Oxnashire, Faison Barta, and then Penke, but it was a 3-on-1 overlap. So a bit of a let off there for the Lions. Currently, Jeremy Ward is down injured, so not looking good for Jeremy Ward at the moment. So on the bench, if he doesn't continue, we do have either Vannecock or Manny Lebok who can slot in there. Andre Warner also getting ready to come back onto the field after his 10 minutes in the bin for the Lions. Thomas the Tank has had a pretty good game so far for the Sharks. They are dominating this Lions team up front in the scrums at the moment. And Renil Higu has been one of the standout players for the Sharks so far in this opening 2 games. He's having a pretty good show for them. For the Lions, however, it's looking pretty dark at the moment. They've been outplayed almost in every facet of the game after they got their try early on in this game. So hopefully they can find some way back into this game. They need a try before halftime if they want to keep up with the Sharks at the moment. But a pretty solid performance from the Sharks overall. But we will have a chat after halftime just to see how the players are lining up at the moment. In the meantime, we have Jimmy Ward back on his feet, and we are going to have a scrum feed to the Lions here. We are still waiting. Andre Warner still haven't come onto the field. Zeilinger feeding that scrum for the Lions. Frankie Horn controlling it at the back. It's gone down on the Lions side, but it comes out now. It is the Lions going forward now. Chichuka, good defense on him from Lukanya Now it goes out to PJ Puerta again, driven back in the tackle by Ruben van Heerden. Zeilinger out to Jewe Viljoen, slowly making their way forward. Now there's a penalty to the Lions. Apelile Fassi coming in from the side. So a chance now for the Lions to kick to touch, because surely I can't think that they would go for goal from here. Right, so that's going to find touch about 10 meters out, and a good opportunity for the Lions to do a driving maul as Andre Warner does come back for the Lions, so they're back to full strength now. Can this Lions side get a try before halftime? We've got 3.5 minutes left in this first half. Apelile Fassi having another good game. Ruben van Heerden currently down for the Sharks. And this is now the second player that's taken a knock. And it is causing quite a disruption on the field. We've had about 5 minutes delay because of these injuries so far. I think most of the people that know me and have seen my live streams, I hate disruptions and I hate delays. So with 4 minutes to go, Willie Looney, there is about 3.5 minutes to go in this first half, and a chance for the Lions to maybe strike just before halftime. 10 meters out from the Sharks try line, now a line out to the Lions. PJ Puerta with the throw in, finds Skuman, set up the driving maul. Sharks are countering it at the moment. So now it's starting to go forward for the Lions, but it goes down, so they need to get this out now. Andre Warner on the receiving end out to Carlos Sardi. Takes about 2 players to bring him down. Now Warner again, Skuman again. He's been pretty solid when the Lions have had ball. Now Warner again. Pelser tried to go for the intercept with Siakalisi. Now comes back. A poor pass from the Lions, and the Sharks now have possession. Spills out for the Sharks now. Kevin Bosch. Out it goes to Sabuna Kossi, who is going to thump this downfield, and it won't find touch though. And Zeilinger attacking on halfway out to Jewe Viljoen. Steps past 2 players up to the 10-meter line they go. Andre Warner back to Zeilinger. Now Steve Satoli. They need to get some front foot balls, this Lions team now. Zeilinger changing the direction to the left. EFF beats 2 defenders now. Belser still going. They should score here, and it's going to be Andre Warner to dive over for the Lions here. 2 minutes out from half time. Great try from the Lions there, and it is now going to be 24 points to 12 surely. I don't think it's going to be a problem, the conversion. So in the meantime, we will keep the score at 24 points to 12. But a pretty good break from EFF, breaking past Grant Williams and Jeremy Ward. The offload and the sprint from MJ Pelser, and then the inside pass to Andre Warner, who goes over for a very easy try here for the Lions. And as suspected, the conversion goes over. So with a minute and a half to go in this first half, it is currently 24 to 12. Exactly what the Lions needed to get back into this game. Victor Dastilio still says the Cheetahs would have done better than the Lions. So do mind that this Lions team is a pretty young side, and some of these guys are not available to play today, Victor. So yeah, the Cheetahs had the opportunity in Super Rugby to end in that 4th position, and they actually ended in 5th. So yeah, I wouldn't say that justifies it quite likely, but the Cheetahs very unlucky not to be part of these competitions. The restart from the Sharks went quite deep, and now Zeilinger has kicked it, but not into touch, and now Fussy has a chance to attack, beats 2 defenders, free, now puts the offload to Fes Mbata, but he's knocked it on, and a counter-attack from the Lions, and a knock-on from EFF as well. So it is going to be a scrum to the Lions with half a minute to go in this first half. Apelile doing great counter-attack. They're beating 3 players. First Buerta, then they beat Skuman or Notnagel and Kalusadi. Just the offload wasn't timed correctly. If it did, Jeremy Ward would have been under the post there. But unfortunately, it didn't go to hand. And it is a scrum now to the Lions. So the hooter will sound anytime now for this end of the first half. But we will have to do the scrum first before we go to halftime. I think the Lions will be pretty happy with the scoreline at the moment, given that they're only behind by 12 points at the moment. The exact score that I gave that they would lose by in the end. So, yeah, Barry Green says, what's your score prediction? I think they will win by 14. So I did have them down for 12 points. So the Lions with one last attacking opportunity. EFF goes to the boot and recollects it himself. Up to halfway goes the Lions now. Andre Warner. It is out to Ruben Skuman. All the way up to the 10-meter line. A bit isolated though. But they do get it back now. Warner to Zeilinger. MJ Pelser on the 10-meter line. But has it gone into touch? But there is a penalty to the Lions. And they will be delighted by this result just before halftime. And it does seem like Thomas du Toit has gone down, and it doesn't look good for him. It looks like a shoulder injury and a late hit by Oxnashire. That's where the penalty's for. So poor discipline there from Oxnashire. He's cost the Sharks quite a bit so far. 2 knock-ons where there was an opportunity to attack, and now also that late hit on one of the Lions players, giving them a possible 3 points or maybe a chance for a 7-pointer here before halftime. So we are having that attendance to Thomas du Toit at the moment. So he is down injured still at the moment, about a minute over halftime at the moment. And my voice are slowly starting to disappear on me after already doing 2 games this morning and now doing this game of the Sharks. But Thomas du Toit is back on his feet, and it looks like he will be continuing. So what does the Lions do now here? It is a penalty on the 10-meter line inside Sharks half. Zeilinger will go for touch here. Finds touch on around about 10 meters out from the Sharks try line. Opportunity here for the Lions. Can they do this? Barry Green says, I think Lions is the only team with no more Springboks. They do have a few. They're just not playing at the moment. So the line out throw in taken by Notnagel, and the Lions now going on a driving maul here. Opportunity here for them. PJ Puerta having the ball at the back. Penalty advantage to the Lions again. Warner, out it goes to Skuman. 5 meters out is the Lions now. This is looking good for them. Warner, out it goes Zeilinger with a wild pass, and that has been intercepted by Apelile Fassi, but we will go back for that penalty to the Lions. We're 2 minutes over halftime already, and surely the Lions will have another crack at the line out. They've been pretty solid at maul time. Right, can the Lions score here before halftime? That's the big question that everybody's asking here. Because if they can get it, it will be a massive psychological boost for them going into the second half. Barry Green asking which Springboks with Lions now. So currently you've got Yanni Duplessis, probably not to mention him. Carlos Sadi as part of the Springboks setup. The likes of let's see. Well, to come to think of it, they only have Skorsan starting Springbok at the moment, and then obviously I think Similani could become a Springbok. Now the Lions go on the drive again. Comes out to Dan Creel, 10 meters out. Now Andre Warner tries to spin his way out, but there was a little knock on from the Lions, and the Sharks will go into halftime by 24 points to 12. So a bit disappointing there in the end for the Lions, but it is well deserved for the Sharks. So Barry, you're right. The only Springbok currently playing in this team in this game is Cornel Skosan. He is the only Springbok in this Lions side, but pretty good youngsters there for the Lions as well. So 24 points to 12 at halftime. I will be back in about 10 minutes time, guys, so don't go anywhere. We will be back for the second half real shortly. Right, guys, we are back for the second half of this game. The Sharks leading by 24-12 at halftime, and a pretty good performance from the Sharks, to be honest. Without sounding biased, they have been doing a pretty good job, although the Lions would feel that they have let themselves down towards halftime, where they did have the opportunity to get back in this game. So yeah, 24 points to 12 at halftime. The Sharks doing a pretty good job. Let's go through the back line real quickly. Apalile Fassi has been potent on the attack. Nkosi has had a pretty solid game himself under the high ball, along with Yapenke, but the opportunities are a little bit limited at the moment for them. Lukanya Am has had a few pretty good touches to the ball, sending some players into gaps, especially Jeremy Ward. He's been pretty solid. I don't know if he's going to continue the second half, though, because he did get a knock in that first half. Gervin Bosch, he's made a couple of mistakes so far, but hopefully he can pick himself up and have a better second half. Grant Williams, like in his first game, a pretty solid performance from him. Notches looked good. Henko Venter and Calisius, all three of them have done the job so far. Nothing exceptional from them, but they're doing the basics right. And then Reniel Hichu and Ruben van Heerden, very solid for the Sharks. Reniel Hichu, probably the one guy that's impressing me quite a lot at the moment. Then Thomas Eto'o, pretty solid as well. Fesman Bata looked good. Oxen Shear, on the other hand, 2 knock-ons and a penalty given away by him. So he needs to step up in the second half. For the Lions, Eve Viljoen has been pretty solid at the back. Similani has been a bit quiet today to his standards. Dan Creel quiet. Cornel Skosan not doing anything wrong. Zailing has had a pretty bad game, making a few terrible mistakes down the line. And Warner obviously being yellow carded. And then the rest of the guys have been pretty solid. But we won't have time to discuss them as we have to go back to the start of the second half, where it is going to be Zeilinger to get the second half underway for us. And here we go. So a high hanging kick inside the 22 collected by Reniel Hichu, and now collected and gone down. Grant Williams at the back of this ruck, now taken in by Ruben van Heerden. He's been the go-to guy for the Sharks to gain some front foot meters. Grant Williams at the back just controlling it for the Sharks. And now a little box kick from him. Not the greatest of kicks. And well collected there by Maxwane for this Lions team. Now Andre Warner, Eve Viljoen, spreads Zeilinger. Out it goes to Dan Creel. Tries to straighten the line. Gets tackled by Grant Williams there. The ball spills loose, but a penalty to the Lions. The Sharks having hands on the ground there, and an early chance for the Lions to hit back into this game. Remember, I did say the Sharks were going to win this game by 12 points. So currently standing on just that at the moment. But obviously still 40 minutes left on this game. And Zeilinger finds touch round about 15 meters from the Sharks try line. Good opportunity for the Lions to hit back in this game. Masai Morris van der Westhuizen has had a pretty solid game so far as referee. So Botha with the throw in finds Skuman, who's been probably their best player on the pitch for the Lions. Now a good driving maul from the Lions, still going forward. It has gone down now, needs to come out. Penalty advantage to the Lions again. Dan Creel. He takes it up, beats Jeremy Ward, but gets tackled by Sia Khaleesi. And another high tackle advantage coming for the Lions. Now Zeilinger picks it up off the feet. And still coming is this Lions team now to Chuka. Good tackle from Fesman Bata on the 22, the Lions now. And we are going to come back for that penalty now to the Lions. 2 penalties. First, playing the ball on the ground. And then secondly, a high tackle from Sia Khaleesi. So the Lions now with another opportunity to maybe go to touch to get some points on the board. High tackle from Khaleesi there on Dan Creel, just going a little bit too high around the neck. Right, so a couple of minutes into the second half, and the Lions are looking to put the pressure on the Sharks after about 2.5 minutes in this second half. The Lions now probably will go for touch yet again. It is Zeilinger with the kick to the corner, and he's going to find touch about 10 meters out from the Sharks try line, as we see Jaden Hendrickse replace Grant Williams for the Sharks. That is quite a surprising change so early in the second half. Taken by Skuma now that the Lions form the ball again. Belzer at the back, and it's gone down now. Slow ball coming back for the Lions, and a penalty to the Lions again, and a yellow card is coming here. It is Thomas Tatoe who gets the marching orders. So the Sharks are going to play with 14 men for the next 10 minutes. Hands in the ruck there by Thomas Tatoe. Now a line out to the Lions, 5 meters out. And will we see a twist in this game? Will this Lions team come back? Should be an interesting second half if this Lions team can score now. Skuman gets it in the lineup. The maul has been formed, and PJ Poort has got it at the back. They are trying to set this up and start to drive forward. Slowly but surely getting there is this Lions team. Now they get going, and this looks like it's not going to be stopped as, PJ Poort just short, 1 meter. Now Dan Creel tries to break through another advantage to the Lions. Warner gets it out, this time to Ruben Skuman, puts his head down. 3 meters out, it's the Lions now. Right under the crossbar. Belzer trying to pick and go there, not gaining too much ground. Carlu Sadi's got hands on ball there. 1 meter out now is the Lions. Steve Satoli picks and go, gets driven backwards. And still the Lions come. Andre Warner's got it, but the referee will have to blow for the penalty as Oxnard turned it over there. So good defense from the Sharks there, but they just need to be very careful not to give away another yellow card here. Marius van der Westhuizen is having a talk with Lukanyam for the discipline of the Sharks at the moment. One thing we have learned that the referees are not shy to give those yellow cards. So this is the point where the Sharks will really have to let the discipline talk. Lukanyam calling all the guys together. I don't really think that works, because being a captain myself for my club formerly, when you have these little huddles, you just go into the huddle and say, guys, come on, more of the same, more of the same. So I doubt that has any affection from the rest of the players, because they will listen for a minute and then maybe just do the same afterwards again. But the Sharks now in trouble, already a man down, and the Lions now 5 meters from the Sharks try line, having a scrum now right in the middle of the field. So a chance now for the Lions. They need to score now. I just get this feeling if they can't score from here, they're going to struggle to get back into this game. And it looks like Sia Khaleesi is going to be replaced as well. And yeah, well, second game in this Rainbow Cup, not done anything special, but also haven't done anything wrong. So it probably is just to give him that game time and give him the opportunity. So that reason for that is that Vian Herps had to come on as Thomas Tatoe went to the bin. So it might be that Khaleesi will come back onto the field a little bit later. 4 minutes into the second half, And the Lions are looking to get their try. They have been bouncing for the last 4 minutes. Scrum feed from Andre Warner. A pretty solid scrum from both teams there. And now Warner out to Dan Creel. Getting the ball a bit on the back end there. Still going forward. Good defense from there on him. Now Skuman again. He makes a couple of meters, about 3 meters from the try line is the Lions. And another penalty advantage. And this could be a yellow card coming again if nothing comes from this. Warner out to Pelser. They're about 6 meters out. And an intercept by Renil Higu. But as expected, Maurice van der Westhuizen is going to go to his pocket again. And this time it's Faison Bata who gets the marching orders. So the Sharks down to 13 men for the next 10 minutes. And it is going to be a really tough ask from them. But at the moment, they are keeping them out. Right, let's see. The Sharks players having a big discussion there. Lukanya, I'm not happy about something, complaining with Marius van der Westhuizen there. But the Sharks have put themselves under a hell lot of pressure now. Zeilinger goes for touch, 5 meters out. Another line out coming for the Lions. And if the Lions don't score from here, then they could be in some serious trouble going forward, because the psychological advantage that the Sharks will get from this will be massive. Skuman or Notnagel takes it in. Now they've set up the maul. So close, still going. Oh, it's gone down way behind. The Lions were still driving forward. And if the ball had stayed there, they would have gone over. But instead, it's now going to be a scrum to the Sharks, because the ball didn't come out for the Lions. And a big psychological boost for the Sharks there. I feel like they've been let off the hook by this Lions team. And probably it's the inexperience from these guys. Like Barry mentioned earlier, they have only one Springbok, and it's not a current one, and that is Kosan for the Lions. But a lot of these guys have the potential to be regular Springboks on a regular occasion, like the likes of Andre Warner and Wandisile Simelane and Tian Skuman, but Swanepoel, he's also not playing today. Carlu Sadi, Ruben Skuman has been really good. So, yeah, they're doing really well under the circumstances as this Lions team. So, Japenke is going to be replaced now, and it looks like he's going to be replaced by Vannecock or Manny Libok. We'll just wait to see who comes on. Well, I didn't see who actually came onto the field, so we'll see in a bit who has replaced Japenke. But in the meantime, it is a scrum to the Sharks on their 5 meter line. Jaden Hendricks to feed the scrum. Right, they need a big scrum now. Jaden Hendricks off the back, and the space opens up for the Sharks. It's Nkosi still going up to the 10 meter line as the Sharks now. Clever thinking from Hendricks. Now finds Kieran van Vuren, who's on the field as well. Comes back to Jaden Hendricks, puts the kick over the top, and there's nobody at the back here. Ewe Viljoen has gone back, and it's gone into touch. So a line out to the Lions, just inside or just outside their own 22. Great play from Jaden Hendricks and Sabu Nkosi. Peter Bluffnote says Albert's also a Springbok, but not in play in a while for the Boks. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. But I didn't realize this, but it is true. This Lions team is quite inexperienced. And when you go through this whole starting 15, it is only Skosan who is a Springbok currently. That line are taken by Notnagel now. Zeilinger out to Ruben Skuman. They're just taking it forward, but here's a good chance. No, it's not coming back for the Sharks. It comes back to Ewe Viljoen, who thumps it downfield, but into the hands of Apelile Fassi, who goes to the air. And he is going to chase after his own kick. And a knock on from Yevia Falyun, and a chance now for the Sharks. Gervin Bosch goes out to Nkosi on the 10-meter line. Just slips a little bit, indecisive as to where to go. He gets brought down on halfway. Now, Jaden Hendricks out to Ruben van Heerden. Sharks not really making any ground with this. Oxen Shear puts the head down. Now Jaden Hendricks out to Gervin Bosch, who goes to the air. It is chased by Lukanya and Apelile Fassi. Oh, it spills loose, but the Lions have got it. Skosan's got it. And the Sharks somehow has turned this over. And now the Sharks have got it just outside the 22. Henko Venter. Sharks in possession now. Jaden Hendricks waiting for the ball. Now gives it out to Ruben van Heerden. Sharks just outside the 22 at the moment. Jaden Hendricks Notche gets tackled by Chichuka, getting driven backwards. Now Fassi switches with Jeremy Ward, puts a little kick in and recollects it, but he does knock it on eventually. But we are going to come back for a little knock on from the Lions, and it's going to be a scrum feed to the Sharks. Remember, the Sharks are currently playing without two players who's gone to the bin at the moment. So under circumstances, they're doing a pretty good job at the moment. Chichuka knocked that ball on in the tackle on Notche. So that's why it is going to be a scrum to the Sharks. We've had 9 or 10 minutes in the second half, and the Sharks are down to 13 men. They're leading by 12 points currently, and they've survived a massive onslaught from the Lions in this opening, say, 6 or 7 minutes of the second half. Right, so it seems like there is a little bit of cramp from the Sharks players at the moment. Just waiting to see what happens with that. Yaku Fasahi is now also on for the Lions at hooker. So the changes are coming in. Thomas de Toey and Fez Mbata currently on the sideline, Sinbind with yellow cards for the Sharks. So the Sharks do have the scrum feed, but they've got 2 forwards out at the moment on this Sinbind. We've got 30 minutes left in the second half. The Sharks having to defend vigorously on their own try line for a long period of time. Now the scrum feed to the Sharks, pretty solid there, just outside the 22 of the Lions now. Jeremy Ward back inside to Apelile Fassi, close to the 22-meter line now. Renil Hiku taking it up for the Sharks. Not gaining any ground at the moment now. Notche tries to step a few players, did well there. Jaden Hendricks sniping, gives it to Ruben van Heerden. There's advantage to the Sharks. And Bosch with a drop goal, but it goes horribly wide. But we will come back for a penalty right in front, and I'm sure that the Sharks will go for goal here just to get rid of some of those minutes of the yellow card offended players. So Vanderkok is also warming up for the Sharks in the background. So before we get to this kick, guys, don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel for future live streams on this channel. We are doing the Stormers versus Bulls straight after this game, the big North versus South derby. So I'm going to change the scoreboard to 27 points to 12 now, given that this kick is right in front and I don't see Gervin Bosch missing it. So with 28 minutes to play, the Sharks survive this opening 10 minutes where the Lions came out firing. And instead of the Lions getting some points, it will be the Sharks to open up the second half with a penalty attempt from Gervin Bosch. And like I said, no problem with that one. So 27 points to 12 it is with 28 minutes to go. Sharks having 2 players in the bin at the moment. Restart from Zeilinger is a good one, but beautifully collected by Renil Hichu. Just setting up the ruck there now. Oxner Shear. He's been a bit of a battering ram today. Jaden Hendrickson goes back to Kevin Bosch, who is going to go high up in the air. Not a great kick. And Skosan's got this. So the Lions now, we have a good opportunity just outside the 22. Warner. Zeilinger out to Evie Viljoen. Straightening the line. Good defense from the Sharks. Warner out to Zeilinger again. Sharks defense keeping them out at the moment. Viljoen again tries to beat one defender. Good defense from Jaden Hendrickson. And the Lions are going backwards at the moment. Now Dan Creel out to Pelser. Gives to Skosan, but he's bundled into touch by Notche. And another Lions attack comes to nothing. We've got 27 minutes left in this game. Bertie says, afternoon, Guru. How are you doing, Bertie? It's been a nice week of rugby so far. I've done the Super Rugby Aotearoa this morning. The Crusaders beating the Chiefs by 24-13. And in the Super Rugby AU final, where the Reds managed to beat the Brumbies by 19-16. And currently the Sharks are leading the Lions by 27 points to 12. And they've got 2 players in the bin currently as the Sharks. So it seems like both players are now back on. So the Sharks are back to full strength now. Sia Khaleesi is back. He's not the man who got the card, but Thomas de Toey and Fesman Barter were. So they do have all those players back. Vian Herps goes back off the field. Khaleesi back. And Kieran van Vuren has stayed on in the place of Fesman Barter. Now the Lions 5 meters out from the try line here. Dan Creel. Morne van der Berg also on now. Ruben Skuman offloads to Carl Sadik, gives it out to Frankie Horn. And Frankie Horn just short of the try line, but it does get over. And the Lions do strike back. And what a time to get there. Well. Sharks back to full strength and they give away a try after holding out for quite some time. 27-17 it is now with the conversion to come. Great try from Frankie Horn. The Lions doing some great offloading there in the process leading up to that try. And now Zeilinger should get this conversion, so it should go to 27 points to 19 with that conversion. Must go over, so with 25 minutes to go, it is all to play for. 8 points difference at the moment. The Sharks leading here in Durban. Bertie says, say this champs again, and what a final, Reds versus Brumbies. Daniel Pershaus says, Bakgat Lions. And this team can't stop amazing me because they've done such a good job against a very good Bulls side last week. And now they're showing some grunt against the Sharks side as well. And just need a little bit of experience, and this team will be firing in a couple of years. Reminds me a lot about the team that got knocked out of Super Rugby and then came back. That kickoff from Kevin Bosch was not a good one. And it rolls over the try line, but now it is going to be a 22-meter restart. No, it is, in fact. Wait, will it be a scrum back on halfway? No, 22-meter dropout. And again, Zeilinger's kick got charged down, but into the hands of Jaco Versaghi. He knocks it on, and here comes the Sharks now. Lukanya with a little kick ahead, but no advantage there for that knock-on. And it is going to be a scrum to the Sharks. Bad mistake from the Lions again. Barry Green asking how much time is left. So there's still about 24 minutes left in this game, Barry. Sharks leading by 8 at the moment. And now with an attacking scrum on the 22-meter line inside Lions territory. Right, so interesting times ahead. 24 minutes to go. 3 tries apiece from both teams. This game has seen 6 tries already. And it's nice to see some good tries being scored in this local competition, the SA Rainbow Cup Pro 14. I don't know why they added the Pro 14. Maybe it's just going to be part of the initial step to the Pro 16 next season, because I'm almost 99% sure that we will be joining the European teams in the Pro 16 next year. Right, so solid scrum from the Sharks and a penalty advantage coming. Now Notcher off the back. Here they come. Need support now. Jaden Hendrickson tried to confuse the defense. Going the other side. Slowed down the initial possession there. And now he's gone and knocked it on in the process. But another penalty to the Sharks. Will they go for goal? Or will they have a shot at trying to maul this line out? Decision time for the Sharks. Right, so Kevin Bosch will go for touch here. Guru, what were your prediction for this game and when? And then your prediction for the Bulls versus Stormers. Barry says, looks like my prediction is at risk. So I said Sharks by 12. And then for the Bulls Stormers game, I said, unfortunately, the Stormers fans will not appreciate me. I did say that the Bulls are going to smash the Stormers by 20 points or more. So, yeah, I hope I'm wrong, but my predictions have been pretty solid as of late. I predicted that the Crusaders was going to win by 10 points this morning and then said the Reds was going to win by 6. So let's see how the rest of this games are going to go. If the Sharks get spot on, then you guys must be worried, who's Stormers fans. That line out has been pretty solid from the Sharks, and they're mauling their way forward to the try line. They're about 3 meters out now, still going forward. Penalty advantage coming. The Sharks go over the try line, and the try's been scored, and it is rewarded to, let's see, Lukanya He has joined in on that maul and gets the try down for the Sharks. So it is now 32 points to 19 with the conversion to come. Pretty solid display from the Sharks today. 32 to 19, the Sharks leading the Lions outfit at the moment. So that's the bonus point try for the Sharks as well. Solid drive from the Sharks there. And Lukanya or was it Kevin van Vieren who went over? I'm sure they showed Lukanya dotting over for that try. So conversion to come from Kevin Bosch. Bertie says Bulls by 10 for me, and then it called wet at Loftus. So close game, I'll say Bulls by 12. So when you say close game, Cornel, 12 points doesn't seem very close though. It is pretty high, but I do get what you're saying. So a wet, cold Loftus with a dominating Bulls back, that could get pretty ugly for the Stormers based on the team that they've picked. So the Sharks conversion goes over. So 34 points to 19. It currently is here for the Sharks. Barry says, I don't care about Western Province fans. Remember how they swear at me. I just reported those offensive comments. We'll let it get to me. We'll never let it get to me. No, absolutely, Barry. I mean, what I can do from my side, I can also block the guys who swears. But it was an unfortunate event last time around. But I did see you handled it pretty well. So that's why I didn't take any actions from my side as well. So the Lions now got possession on their own 10-meter line. So let's see if Morne van der Berg can spark some magic. Now Zeilinger, out it goes to the replacement prop forward, Nathan Macbeth. Now sailing against it's Belser who knocks it on. An advantage to the Sharks again. We are going to come back for that scrum though on the 10-meter line inside Lions territory. Bertie says the Bulls playing away. Am I right, Guru? Now the Bulls are actually at home, Bertie. So that's why I said the They are playing in Cape Town. You are right, Bertie. Let's just have another look real quickly. I do think it is at the Cape Town Stadium, though. You might just be right on that. It is at the Cape Town Stadium. Let's have another look. Stormers versus Bulls. Yeah, it is at home. It is in Cape Town. So, in fact, I still haven't changed my score prediction, though. I still think the Bulls by 20. Japenka is also back onto the field now for the Sharks. The Sharks trying to attack on halfway now. It's Henko Venter driving it up to the 10-meter line. Now another penalty advantage coming the way of the Sharks. And Kevin Bosch out to Vanderkok. Beats one, gets thumped by Chichuka. But the Sharks are still going. Some pretty good offloading from them up until the 10-meter line of the lines. Kevin Bosch with a little chip kick ahead. Oh, will it come back to the Sharks? Yes, it will. It is LaRue Roots who's got it for the Sharks, but we are coming back for that penalty. Right, so Cornell got it wrong. It is not going to be played at Loftus, so in Cape Town, but I don't think it will make a big difference because of this fact that we don't have any supporters at the grounds makes it really an open game, fair play to both teams. So the Sharks now have got the penalty. They got the line out about 10 meters or 15 meters out from the Lions try line. And another good opportunity for the Sharks to get some points on the board. So currently the difference is at 15 points. The Sharks leading this Lions team at the moment. Karen van Vuren with this throw-in. We've got 17 minutes left in this game. Taken in by Henko Venter for the Sharks. Tried to do that loop around that they did last time around, but it spills loose. And now there's an attacking opportunity here for the Lions. Taken by Fassi, tackled Similani. Sharks are back to their own 10-meter line. And now a penalty against them for sealing it off. Quickly taken by Morne van der Berg, but the referee is going to call them back. Can this Lions team somehow get back into this game now? We've got 16 and a half minutes to go. Penalty kick goes out about 10 meters from the Sharks try line this time. And now the Sharks will have all the defending to do in the in this period of time. Yeah, Jaden Hendrickson was off his feet there. Breaching is what it was called in the past. So let's see if the Lions can hit back from here. Jaco Versaghi with the throw-in finds Ruben Skuman and they form the maul again. Good driving maul from the Lions. Going a little bit sideways at the moment, not forward. That's one, so they have to use it if the second shot doesn't work. Morne van der Berg off the back, tries to go on his own. Good defense from Lukanya on him, driving him backwards. Burger Winnendal also on now onto the field. Zeilinger at scrum off, goes out to Ruben Skuman again. Zeilinger, out it goes to the replacement prop forward for the Lions. Morne van der Berg, Evie Viljoen, he's knocked it on, and a chance now for the Sharks to counter-attack. LaRue Roots out to Lukanya who's going to put it on the boot, but it slices off the boot and goes into touch just outside the 22. So line out to the Lions just outside the 22. Barry is asking, I think it is out of reach for the Lions. Do you agree? Yeah, we've got about 15 minutes left in this game, and they need to score 3 times, 2 converted tries and a penalty. So unless they don't score in the next 5 minutes, I would say this is out of the Lions' reach. But let's see what happens. Line out just outside the 22, and Jaco Versaghi with this throw-in. They need to score within the next 5 minutes if the Lions want to have any chance of winning this game. Skuman to Tchuka, Belser to Morne van den Berg, out to Dan Creel. Over the 22 they go. Morne van den Berg. Loose pass and collected luckily by Jewe Viljoen. Breaks through the first defense, still into the 22 they go. Now Skuman setting it up again for the Lions. Morne van den Berg sailing over the little chip kick, and Burger Woodendaal could get this, but it's Apelile Fassi who was luckily in position there to get the ball, and it's going to be a penalty against the Lions there. Player was in front of the kicker. Burger Woodendaal, unfortunately, ahead of Fred Salinger there. And I think that might just be the game, Barry. I really felt like the Lions had to be the one to score next. So unfortunately, there things not working out their way, and I think that's game, set, and match. Batty says, hey guys, we got 14 likes. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. Thank you very much, Batty, for that message. I really do appreciate the support from you guys. And also, just press that like and subscribe. That's all we're asking. It doesn't cost any money from anybody. So I would really appreciate the support in that regard. For those of you who do want to give a donation, you will see at the bottom of the comment section, you will see a small dollar sign. If you press on that, you can leave a donation, but currently it is not, it's not compulsory. So a like and a subscribe will do the job very well as well. So Kevin Bosch is going to kick this downfield for the Sharks now, and it's going to find touch roundabout on halfway. 13 and a half minutes to go. Let's see if the Sharks don't need any more tries. They've already secured the bonus point. LaRue Roots secures the line out as well for the Sharks. And now they've got the ball on halfway. Cornell Libber will get to your comment in just a bit. The Sharks driving it up with a nice ball at the moment, going forward beautifully. Now it starts to stagnate just a little bit. Still going though. Up to the 10-meter line goes the Sharks. The ball is in possession of Kieran van Vieren at the back now. Jaden Hendrickson to Lukanyam. Puts a little kick ahead. Collected by Chichuka for the Lions. The Sharks counter-rucking beautifully. And they might have got this. Yes, they do. Jaden Hendrickson out to Thomas de Toy. Puts his head down. Gives to Kolisi. Nice little pass to Nkosi. 10 meters out is the Sharks now. Jaden Hendrickson now finds Henke Venter. Kevin Bosch. Oh, the pass not going to hand. And Apelile Fassi knocks it on. And now Max Warner's got it for the Lions. Just inside the 22. What's the game time, please? There is 12 minutes left in this game. 11, Jay said. So it should be all done and dusted. Apelile Fassi having another crack at them. Tries to get the offload to Kolisi, but into touch it goes, unfortunately. Cornell Libber has given us this message, guys. Give the Lions time. They will gel as a team. But Bulls has Stormers number even on new Cape Town Stadium. Won't have enough to stop and inform Bulls. Experience is a huge key in both this and the Sharks game. So absolutely agrees with you there, Cornell. I didn't notice it beforehand, but the Lions do only have one current Springbok, and that is Cornell Skosan in the starting lineup. So to go down to a Sharks team packed with Springboks, I would feel still very much proud of this Lions performance today. They had their moments, just like last week against the Bulls. They had their moments of glory. So we've got a scrum feed now to the Lions. Morne van den Berg taking it in. 11 and a half minutes to go. Morne van den Berg off the back, and then Creel makes a terrible mistake. It's been knocked on, and now, the referee should have played advantage there to the Sharks. as there was an opportunity out wide for them. But we are going to have a scrum about 5 meters outside the 22 of this Lions team. And then Stefan Engelbrecht says he can't wait for the Stormers versus Bulls game. I hope I answered your question. 11J said about the time that's left. We've got now only 11 minutes left in this game. 34-19, the Sharks lead. 15 points the difference. I gave the Sharks a 12-point victory today, minimum. So anything above 12 is a victory as well on my score prediction. Scrum feed from Jaden Hendrickson now. A solid scrum off the back. Now here they come again. Kevin Bosch out to Lukanyam. Little pop pass, beautifully done. But, well, it will come back to the Sharks side. But a little knock on there from Yapenke has wasted another opportunity for the Sharks. So with 10 minutes to go, this game is pretty much in the bag. The Lions will have to score 2 converted tries and a penalty in 10 minutes. And I doubt that that will be possible today. It was a beautiful little pop pass from Kevin Bosch to Lukanyam. But the timing from Lukanyam to Penke was just a little bit off at that moment. So that's how the little knock-on came in the process. So scrum to the Lions about 10 meters from their own try line. Morne van der Berg to feed this scrum for the Lions. Right, so put-in has been given. Oh, the scrum has gone down and it's a penalty to the Lions. Unfortunately there, Vian Herps getting penalized for illegal scrummaging. For those of you who don't know, Vian Herps used to play for the Sharks before he left for overseas. Then he came back and I think he had a stint at the Lions. And now he is back at the Sharks as well. So he got penalized for that. And a chance now for the Lions on their own 10-meter line to do something here. Right, Jaco Versace with the throw into this line out. Taken beautifully by Skuma. Now Morne van der Berg sailing her. Out it goes to Burger Woodendal. Nice little flat pass to Evie Viljoen there, but solid defense from the Sharks and another knock on from the Lions there. Scrum feed to the Sharks. Right, there is some comments. Maria Antoinette Gerber says, I pray for my team. Stormers till I die. And then 11J said, hopefully some players return to the Lions soon. They can bring experience and teach some of the younger players. So the likes of Yanni Duplessis, Willem Alberts, and who else is there that can give some experience to them? I don't actually know if Ross Cronier is still on the Lions books, but he would be of a lot of value to this Lions team. And Alton Yank is obviously playing in Pau at the moment in the French division, so he won't be available. Then center-wise, I don't think there's anybody else there. So that's about it for the Lions. Then 11J said the likes of Warren Whiteley, I don't think is going to play rugby again. Nicky Ferreira says Bulls till I die. Stefan says Stormers till I die. And then Maria Antoinette says, Nicky, that's Stormers players. So currently the score at 34 points to 19 with 7.5 minutes to go. Sharks on the attack. Apalile Fassi with a little dab through. Collected by Nkosi, but bundled into touch there. But I do believe that there was a little knock on just before that. Bertie says, Guru. What's up, Bertie? Did I miss one of your messages or what's going on, Bertie? It is going to be a Lions put into the scrum now. Stefan says, oh, Bertie, who do you support, Guru? Well, I am a Shark supporter, by the way, guys. Just to lower, there we go, Sharks all the way. So I am an avid Shark supporter. But for the Bulls Stormers game, I will have to go, unfortunately, with the Bulls by at least 20 points. I don't know why I went so high, but I just got the suspicion that the Bulls will absolutely hammer the Stormers today. Stefan also says Bongi is going to the Sharks at the end of this year, which I do believe is correct because there was rumors that he was going, but the Stormers did say they've got some pretty good players lined up if that is the case. So we might end up seeing Malcolm Marx maybe joining the Stormers. There's also rumors about that. I would have preferred having Marx on my books, but I mean, Bongi Minambi is the next best thing, so not complaining. Morne van der Berg off the back of that scrum now. Burger Widdendal, out he goes to Maxwani. Penke chasing him down. Steps inside. Good defense, though, from Penke. The Lions have gone up to the 10-meter line. And a penalty forced by the Lions. Van der Kok just a little bit too over-eager there. And with 6 minutes to go, there's 15 points between the two teams, so no way back for this Lions team, though. Although the Sharks showed last week that they can score 3 tries in 6 minutes, but I doubt that would be the case today. Stefan said, I'm definitely watching your live Stormers versus Bulls, and now till end Sharks game. Thank you, Stefan. Really appreciate the support as well, guys. Again, don't forget to smash that like button and show your support for the channel. The Lions have taken this in from the line out just outside the 22 of the Sharks. Morne van der Berg with that at the back now. Kirsten Creel goes up to the 22 now. Morne van der Berg again. Out it goes to Chichuka. Slow ball coming back for the Lions now. Morne van der Berg a little bit isolated there in the fence. But Skuman's got it now. Jakob Asagi, knock on from Burger Widdendal. And that's just been the story of the day unfortunately, for the Lions. Too many knock-ons. So Stefan says Jean de Jong will join Stormers July this year. So I've also heard that. So yeah, I think Jean de Jong will be a good asset to the Stormers team. I mean, they have been struggling with centers, although they got a few good youngsters coming through the ranks. So Jean de Jong in the short term will probably be a really good choice for them. 11J said first Kulisi, then Bonambi. Sharks are building a strong team. They're already a good team and getting stronger. Absolutely. They are building with that shares from the American company who's got now 51% shares in the Sharks team. Jaden Hendricks off the back gives it to Apalile Fassi, but the referee let's just see what the referee do say there. I'm not sure what the problem there was. Maybe a knock on somewhere in that mix, but let's see. No, the referee did call a reset scrum. So we've had about 7 resets in this game between the Sharks and the Lions, which means 7 minutes have gone to waste. And I really hope that World Rugby will consider putting a stop clock on the scrums. So another scrum goes down. This time it's a penalty to the Lions with 3 minutes to go. Penalty just outside the 22. 11J said, will the Springbok players who will play in the test against Lions also play in the midweek games for their clubs? I doubt that they would. In the past, we have seen that they wouldn't be available. So, yeah, it would give the youngsters an opportunity to play against the Lions team, which probably some players would never have the opportunity of reaching Springbok honours and play them. Barry says also interesting that Western Province lineup be lost, Volhut and 2 players to red card. Yeah, so Abner van Reenen will be playing for Stormers today. It's interesting to see. They say they're 2 very similar players. The Lions have taken that line out and set up the driving maul. 2 minutes from time now. but that ball is absolutely going nowhere at the moment for them. They're about 10 meters from the try line. The Sharks have stolen this, and it is Jaden Hendricks off the back to LaRue Roots. So Matuna putting his head down there for the Sharks, just securing the ball at the ruck. And Jaden Hendricks are getting it out slowly, goes to the air himself, and Penke is going after that. Hasn't gone backwards. Looks like the Lions have got it there. And a chance now, Morne van den Berg, Dan Creel, Javier Viljoen couldn't get the offload to Berger Widenal, but Dan Creel has switched around. Inside the 22 they go. Minute and a half to go in this game. Morne van den Berg, out it goes to Nathan McBeth. There's a penalty advantage coming for the Lions. Morne van den Berg takes it up. Still not getting there. Nathan McBeth, out it goes to, not sure who that is, but it has been knocked on again, and another yellow card coming for the Sharks now. It is going to be Henko Venter to leave the field for the Sharks with a minute to go. Christian says, I've watched the Currie Cup final between the Bulls Sharks here with the Guru, and have been here ever since. What a match that was. No, absolutely, that was a smashing game, and I think it got over 30K views in the end. And I was so surprised by the amount of people that watched that live stream. But again, thank you so much for all the support. And then 11J said, I don't think it would be a good idea if they did, because they would risk injury as well. So I do believe that they won't be playing them, 11J said. Like I said, I think it will be an opportunity for those players who've never played for the Springboks or will never play for the Springboks to actually get an opportunity to face the British and Irish Lions team. So with a minute to go, there's just some attention being given to Jaco Versaghi. So this could probably be the last move of this game. Stefan Engelbrecht says, remember when Stormers smashed Lions 44-12 in a preparations competition? Yeah, I didn't watch the preparations cup because I just felt it was too much of the same, and they were resting quite a few players. So I just, in the end, didn't see any value in watching those games. But I'm happy to do this once because this is pretty solid stuff at the moment. The Lions have now set up the maul, and they should go over. There's a try here for Vincent Chichuka for the Lions. So the Lions have striked, and 34-24 at the moment, with a conversion to come. So the Lions will finish this game off strong. Don't have a lot of time to go before we have the Bulls versus Stormers game. Might just take a 5-minute break, and then I'll see you guys live for that game. The conversion attempt now from Zeilinger. Let's see if he can smash this over. In the end, it's not him who's going to take it, but replacement, and he has nailed it. So 34-26 in the end. The score may be looking a lot better for the Lions in the end, but the Sharks, deserving victory for them, getting another 5 points. So they are now currently on 10 points. Well done to the Sharks there, and good effort from the Lions to stay in touch. Unfortunately, they will only get 1 bonus point from this game for that bonus point try that they got. Yeah, it is a consolation try there, Barry. So, at least a deserving consolation try for them. So, unfortunately, I don't have much time before we start with the Stormers game. So, I will see you guys in the next live stream. Don't miss out on it. Get yourself ready for the North versus South derby between the Bulls and the Stormers. See you guys in just a short while, and thank you for the support. See you guys in just a second.